We out here, chilling in the spot. What up? How y'all doing? We out here, chilling in the spot. What up? How y'all doing? We out here, chilling in the spot. What up? How y'all doing? We out here, chilling in the spot. What up?
Hey, what's going on, y'all? Brothers Breaking Bread podcast in the house. Hey!
We'll have a little potluck. Have everybody over. It'll be good.
Yeah, let's make it happen. Let's not just talk about it.
This is a beautiful thing, man. Just all this blackness, and we all just getting together, we playing dominoes, we eating, we drinking.
And, you know, food is always just the extra, man.
They deprive these people of their basic human rights. You know, and we call ourselves Americans. We're supposed to be above all this.
They'll fake the crisis. They'll make it seem way out of proportion.
We brothers, we breaking bread.
How y'all doing? We out here, chilling in the spot. What up?
Trying to hold it all together, man. Life is moving fast right now,
Man, so it's good to hear everybody come through.
I love that, man. I love it a lot. More than I could say to you guys.
Anyway, moving on. Talking about names that may be changed. Senator, what's his white lady? You know me and names. Loeffler. So if we talked about her before, she is the Georgia senator who was caught up in the COVID coronavirus. As far as like investing, her husband sits on the New York Stock Exchange. All that good shit like that. We talked about that. That's why you should go. That's why you should be listening.
He runs it. He runs the New York Stock Exchange.
That's why you should be listening to the podcast. Anyway, she don't want niggas talking about Black Lives Matter. The WNBA. What is the makeup of the WNBA? I don't know. Anyway,
Mostly black and Latino.
what? Yeah.
It's some white women in there, but they probably
Sue Bird. Sue Bird will come. Sue Bird
would
will come to your pickup run and easily run the court, nigga.
Easy.
Easily.
Eyes closed, easy.
Easily. Shoot threes from half court, nigga.
It's probably the most progressive league in North America.
All your favorite Fox
Hold on, man.
Probably so, yeah.
What is this? What is this shit? My bad. I'm trying to play the video of her telling herself, but it ain't happening. Hold on. Let me get here. Anyway. After penning a letter voicing her opposition to WNBA support of Black Lives Matter, calls are growing for Georgia Republican Senator Kelly Loeffler to step down as a co-owner of the Atlanta Dream. In a Wednesday evening interview on the Ingram Angle, Laura Ingram, that's what she went to.
Of course.
With host Laura Ingram, Loeffler pointed out that while sports have the power to unite Americans through their difference, she believes the Black Lives Matter, she probably read that as Niggers Lives Matter movement is politically divisive and based on Marxist principles.
First of all, you're on the same show as the bitch that says shut up and dribble. That's what she's saying right now, is just shut up and dribble.
Hold on. Is she?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Is that?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Very well said, man. 10. Very well said.
Thank you.
That's a good call. That's a good callback. That's a good callback. That's a good callback. 10 meters. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say about this, man. People are just full of their own shit.
I don't know. I just think she needs a nomination too, bro.
Yeah.
we didn't had a Madman nomination today.
And we're about to have a bag of dicks
Yeah,
Bag of dicks.
we got to play that shit last time because
White privilege. How do you go from how do you go
insider trade into this, nigga? Come on.
That's what I'm saying. You feeling me? How do you go from what niggas get that fucking that pass where I go from inside trading to now being an owner of a WNBA team?
And then she got this fucking same little deal that Trump put to all his cronies, and then she'll go out and call herself exonerated. Bitch, you ain't exonerated, nigga. She just kicked that shit down the can down the road. As soon as Biden, you back under investigation.
Right.
So, nah, man. She's a horrible human being in my book, man.
Yeah.
In a letter to WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert, Loeffler said also asked the league put an American flag on every jersey when play resumes in late July.
They need to go ahead and get rid of her, man.
Yeah, just burn to death in a vat of acid.
Yeah, I don't get it, dog. I just, oh, white. I don't know. I just want to be a white man for one day, because it got to be the most intoxicating drug of all times, bro. Just to step outside, do what. You know what? Let me clarify this. I want to be a rich white man. A very rich white man for one day.
I'm about to say it. You don't want to be a broke white man.
No, I don't be a broke white man, but even broke white men, like, I want to be a rich nigga. That's crazy, right? But all I'm saying is, I want to be a very rich white man, dog, because that got to be some shit that's like even cocaine can't fuck with, because they be doing the fucking most and getting away with the most, dog, at all times. This woman, dog, the insider trading.
Insider trading, all kinds of illegal.
And not just insider trading like 5 or 10 years ago. Nigga, it was this year.
Yeah.
And this
couple months ago.
Yeah, that was 2020.
Yeah. I think it was in February, March.
It was February. Yeah, it was February.
At the height of coronavirus, because all them niggas got that briefing, and that's when she sold all her fucking options and stocks and all this shit, and then reinvested in other shit, and then her husband went out there and rang that fucking bell. Nigga, it's like, huh?
And then it was just claiming exoneration after Trump went ahead and erased shit like he did with what's his name today.
And Barack Obama still can't go and have a nice beer, or, you know what, he don't drink beer. We know nigga drinking Hennessy. He can't go out and have a nice Hennessy with fucking Reverend Wright because that nigga said fucking God, whatever, goddamn America. But this bitch inside trading, on a team, husband on New York Stock Exchange, but Barack Obama can't even just go and have a fucking decent meal or a fucking cognac with a pastor that he used to go to his church, nigga. That's what I'm talking about, bro. Like, this shit is crazy. This shit is fucking insane.
It is.
Anyway, I don't know. We y'all get it. Anyway, and then on the back end, the WNBA revolts. WNBA revolts over. So the Atlanta Dream is the owner was the team that Senator Kelly Loeffler owned, so they're revolting over what she said, dog. WNBA is no stranger to issues of social justice, because they was the first ones, I think, really breaking out those I Can't Breathe shirts, man. They really been about it. Here we go. Boom.
To the WNBA's plans to honor the Black Lives Matter movement. So she owns part of Atlanta's WNBA team, and Coy has more on how there are calls for her to give up that ownership now.
Yeah, Loeffler, Robin, has been co-owner of the Atlanta Dream since 2011. She wrote a letter to league commissioner Kathy Engelbert urging her to scrap.
Oh, shit. I didn't know she'd been owner since 2011. Damn. Should have stepped down.
To honor the Black Lives Matter movement on WNBA courts and on players' jerseys. Instead, the ardent supporter of President Donald Trump suggested putting an American flag on jerseys and licensed apparel. She says that the movement promotes violence and destruction and that there should be less politics in sports, not more. Seattle Storm star Breanna Stewart tweeting, how is she still an owner? Bye, Kelly. Keep that negative energy out of our league, she said. The Players Union tweeted as well, simply saying, enough, out. Washington Mystic star Natasha Cloud explained to CNN's Don Lemon last night why it's Loeffler's words that she feels are so hurtful.
When our league is made up of 80% of black females, this directly affects us. Every single day when we take off those uniforms, we walk out into the world and we can potentially be George Floyd. Shoot, we can be in our beds and be Breonna Taylor. So for her to come out and say that we're divisive and that Black Lives Matters movement is a divisive organization, I call her BS on that.
Now, the WNBA released a statement.
Well said. Yep. Now, I mean, you know, I don't like face shaming or body shaming people, but that white lady like one of them long faced dogs with all that hair, bro. I don't know. Anyway,
With those shaggy ass dogs.
one of them big, one of them long like
collie or something like that.
collie.
With them sheep herders.
Not even sheep herder. What's the it's the dog. Am I? No, the sheep herder. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know. Just fuck her. Anyway. I don't know, man. It's just so annoying, dog. When these people who are in these positions of power, and they like the people who actually make their money, or like black people, and it's like you're like, oh yeah, shut up, niggas, get back to work. It's very fucking annoying. Let me see this.
Yeah, well, they try to hold on to those last vestiges, you know what I'm saying, of power, even though it ain't even got to that point yet, to where they really about to lose their last vestiges.
Yeah,
it's really just the beginning, but they so unused to it, they so privileged, I guess. You know what I'm saying, that they can't even just shut the fuck up and let that shit ride and keep making your fucking money.
She just couldn't. She been an owner since 2011, dog. She could have been doing the same thing she been doing since 2011. Just shutting the fuck up.
Yeah, just shut the fuck up. But she felt the need to actually write a fucking letter. You know what I'm saying? You know this is 2020. You know that shit's gonna get exposed. You know it ain't like this just gonna stay under wraps.
I hope one of them big ass 6'8", 6'9" women just Donkey Kong her over her fucking head, nigga. One of them big ass, use one of them big ass hands like a mallet and just bow over her fucking head, dog.
Lady Lavender, after you done with Candace, what you doing?
Wait a minute, she ain't that tall and her hands ain't that motherfucking big. but no, for real, what you doing?
Taking motherfuckers out.
Hit her in her kneecaps. Damn, we gotta figure out a superhero name for Lady Lavender. It'd be the Diddler and Lavender, but that just sounds too nice. Anyway, we'll figure it out. This shit ain't funny though. We took a break off, but this private first class Vanessa Guillen. Guillen, thank you, sir.
What? Guillen.
What's wrong with y'all?
Guillen.
I don't know.
You should even slice the name up.
I don't know. Thank you. Anyway.
I was trying to throw the alley. You didn't catch the oop, nigga.
So if y'all haven't,
I don't think no one wanted to catch that.
If y'all haven't been listening,
I got it.
You haven't been listening. This soldier went missing. Was it about 2 months ago? About 2 months ago, she went missing. And like there've been some memes. Like the heaviest meme that hit me and put it in perspective for me was someone said on Facebook, a soldier I was deployed with, that if she was a rifle or a protective mask, nobody would have went home that day.
Wow.
Till she was found.
Wow.
This is right.
Yeah.
And I know Tim Meters and I know Frank know what I'm talking about. So to my civilians, if there is a piece of sensitive equipment or a sensitive item that goes missing and is not accounted for, they will they will lock a base down, lock a range. First of all, it'll lock a range down if you're at that range. And if you don't find that piece of sensitive equipment or item, they will lock a base down until it's accounted for.
Yeah, but that's something that people care about. We're talking about women, not like
I don't know about a base, but
yeah, we understand that.
But the unit will be locked down.
The unit will be locked down. No, I have heard instances where a base has been locked down.
Yeah,
I don't know how it might be small or big, but depending on the size of it. But I have heard instances where a base has been locked down. But definitely they will lock a unit or a range down. That's why I said range first. But range or a unit down until that particular item is found and accounted for.
Even though on the books, you could say, hey, this quote unquote mystical fucking sensitive items has been accounted for because it's been lost for the past decade. Every commander that's came and signed this book has acknowledged that. But we're gonna lock everybody down until
it's accounted for.
Review all that shit.
Yep.
So I don't know if this matters much, but I've never been in the military. So like So I don't know, like the procedure. Do like on a daily basis? I don't know. Like, do you have to check in as a soldier, like in some sort of way, shape, form, or fashion?
Yes.
Or,
So you
like,
have like especially on active duty, you have basically accountability formation, right? So everybody comes in, we stand in our little pretty perfect lines. Everybody count whatever in their names. Your squad leader takes your names. If you're not going to be in formation, you've already alerted your squad leader that you're not going to be there for whatever reason, and you are whatever, or for like
accounted for,
or if you have to go like sick call, you're accounted for.
Sick call or leave.
Yeah, sick call, you're accounted for in that way if you're on leave status. So basically, you stand up, and then they'll whatever say, first squad, they'll say, 10 assigned, fucking seven present, and then they will give accountability for the 3 who are not present.
For the other 3, right?
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that happens every morning.
And out loud
end
too.
Of the day.
End of the day too. Yeah, but but definitely every morning, end of the day, you need to know where your soldiers are at.
So then they knew that she was missing that day. They
didn't know her. They didn't know her. It depends on how they report it. It could be like how Winston just said. If it 10, the platoon leader might be, or squad leader might be like, hey, 10 accounted for, 7 present, other 3. Unless like the first sergeant's like, hey, if they're writing this stuff down, it's like, hey, where is so and so at? If they inquire further.
Now there is a caveat. So where you say the soldier's AWOL, then absent without leave, not accounted for, whatever you want to say. You know what I'm saying?
Because you can only be accounted for so long.
Yeah. But that brings an important point though, right? People say humans, soldiers, go AWOL, equipment doesn't. Right. So that might be a reason why you say we don't lock down a range or a base because we can't account for this one soldier because humans go AWOL, right? They don't. I don't want to be here no more.
Don't just walk off.
Yeah, but
and the misconception about AWOL is just a distinction. Doesn't mean that they're going to come and looking for you.
No.
Hey Frank, is there something going on with your connection, man?
It broke up real bad for a
second. Oh, my bad.
Yeah. I don't know if you need to reboot or whatever, but
so even with that though, when soldiers go AWOL, like Frank said initially, they won't come looking for you. But if you go so many days and not making formation, they will come looking for you. They will, or asking about where you're at, or calling for where you're at, or trying to figure out why you're not making formation every day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but basically, it's kind of like your job. You know what I'm saying? You miss one day and don't call in. Maybe we might call you. You miss 2 days. Your boss should be calling you like, "Hey, nigga, you okay?"
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
You done fucking with us today, or what's going? Or fucking with us, or what's going on? Right. So and then we kind of like hinted upon secret societies. The military is a secret society for the most part, but they don't like sharing all the information. Like, oh yeah, sometimes soldiers go missing and we don't know where the fuck they at. Even sometimes when we're deployed with what was that Birdahl? Who was the one that went just left the fucking military compound overseas, and we didn't know where the fuck he was at until they was like, yeah, we got your soldier. So that shit does happen, and the military kind of just come, sometimes just like letting people know that your soldier AWOL, he ain't at home, or she or he ain't at home, and we don't know where the fuck they at either.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's keep it. Well, so I know about the story and everything. I was just curious about that particular point. But what's keep it moving?
Yeah, no, I thought you had a question. My bad. So with this story, so that's what we talked about. Like, it's kind of crazy that, it makes you just very leery that no one, especially when they're like, her last time that she was seen was in the arms room on the military base. That's when you're like, that sounds a little crazy to me. The last time you seen this, it's different if, it's I shouldn't say it's different, like it doesn't matter, but like it's the weekend and you on pass or whatever the fuck, and you out kicking it in. What's outside of Fort Hood? I keep forgetting the places outside. I know it's Gatesville. What's the big city outside of Fort Hood?
Is it Abilene?
Abilene, yeah. So you out there kicking into Abilene, and then something happens. That's different. But when you telling me, oh, we know for a fact the last time this soldier was seen was on duty.
Yeah, right. On duty, on base.
On duty, on base.
On duty.
And you talk about an arms room, like an arms room on any military base is one of the most secure places. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's like you better off getting in the next. Probably Fort Knox might be more secure, but like even in the reserves, arm rooms are very secure. So it's like, it's crazy that like when you hear the story of the last place she was seen is arms room. We got her cell phone. We got this shit, but ain't nobody like alerting anyone until the family starts speaking up. You know what I'm saying? But we still keep seeing this too with like with like the George Floyds and shit and Ahmaud, you know, Arbery, shit like this. It ain't until the family starts saying something that now we start speaking up. And that's the part that bothers me. It's like, you know, you telling me the soldiers, can't nobody disrespect soldiers, can't nobody say nothing about soldiers, but the motherfucking army is keeping a secret when soldiers go missing.
Right, and I wouldn't be surprised. Am I coming through better now? Yeah,
a little bit. It's much better.
So and also, you know, forget about. So here's the thing though. So when something like this happens, I'll say 72 hours, right? After 72 hours, you know, heads are going to necessarily start being questioned, right? So, but before that happens, right before things start getting questioned, there's going to be a gag order, and until we see all what happens. Because I'll tell you a personal experience from what happened when I was in Iraq, right? And you would think that it would be a little bit different over there because we're governed a little bit stricter, right? But this shit does happen over there, especially it tends to happen overseas when we're supposedly away from the flag, right? And but so what happens is a gag order gets brought back down, and essentially you can't talk to anybody about this, and if you do, there's repercussions for it. I mean, they clearly state that out. You can't call people back home, and you know, it basically is like a blackout. You know, so there's no real comms or whatnot. The same thing would happen if somebody got murked or died or whatnot. There's a gag order, a blackout order. No one has access to any phones or communications. So, and for the most part, soldiers follow orders. Even the young ones, that's what it is. I mean, I don't make the rules, you know what I mean? And I think that's probably what happened here. They knew something was fishy, especially after 72 hours, because you could only be accounted for so long, you know what I mean? After a while, that squad leader, that platoon sergeant, platoon leader, now that's your soldier. You got to go look for them. You feel me? They're not going to send the MPs to go out look for somebody that's AWOL, but you're going to do at least minimal investigation or at least search. You know what I mean? Because this soldier, I don't know if she was married or not. She essentially would have, I don't know the policies on the base, but essentially she would have to have a room in the barracks. You know what I'm saying? Now, if she had an apartment off base that she was paying on her own, that's different. That's like almost off limits. So essentially, you can't really go search that apartment without probable cause. So all you can do is say, hey, you know, going through the rooms, the barrack rooms or whatnot, because that's really all the jurisdiction you have on them. If it's a private,
you think they would have? You think that like after 72 hours, like, you know, I'm just going by the time frame that you're talking, they would have like eventually, like in the next, I don't know, I'm gonna say like in the next 3, 4, 5 days, that they might start looking at, and you know, she still ain't accounted for, that they started looking at the videotapes and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like the video that I've seen of her going into the weapons room or the weapons area or whatever. And you like, how soon do you think they would have started? Like,
so what happens is, and again, this from my personal experience. So what happens is after whatever the recommended time is, depends on the base, the unit, or whatever. CID gets involved or they get alerted. Once CID gets involved, that means
Criminal
it just escalated.
Investigation Division.
Right. Criminal Investigation Division. So once they get involved, it's almost like the unit basically did the bare minimum. And I'm not going to say that they went, above and beyond. They do their bare minimum based on the standard operating procedures. Then they push it up. They're elevating it to the next level, which is CID. But based on that, there's a gag order in place. You can't really talk about this, and no one, and they do that on purpose so that when CID does get involved, people don't start corroborating their plans of like, oh, where were you at, this and that, because CID is going to come in unexpectedly. They're going to even implant people into the unit, and that's like a running theme. Everybody thinks you CID if you're a new person coming in. You know what I mean? So, but that could have happened. I'm not saying, but going back to what Lady Lavender said earlier, the fact that she's a female, that has actually played a part. You know what I mean? Because, I can't speak for all the other branches, but
I would say female Army, and Hispanic.
Yeah, and in the Army, and a cute one too, you could already see what was going to happen. Because she was pretty, she was an eye catcher. You know what I mean? She, you could hear all the stereotypical fucking remarks. You know what I mean? So, and again, like I come from an infantry unit, and we had a maintenance section with females, and that shit like that happened. But again, it all depends on the leadership if they're gonna allow it. I mean, you have fucking sergeant majors, commanders, generals that got hammed up, for shit like that. But again, it all depends on what that gag order said, because soldiers, at the end of the day, if they, right is right, wrong is wrong, but at the same time, if you essentially break that order, you're unbecoming of a soldier, and they could get you on one of the three. I forget what the name are. It's like it's like, whatever order they gave you, you're gonna do it to the best of your abilities or something like that. But
yeah, I mean,
and that's what it is. It's like, and you by breaking that order, you could face federal jail time.
Yep. You can. Military.
And pay reduction and all that, and then you're basically labeled. The rest of your career, you might as well get out.
Okay.
It's still good. Hey, it's still good. The good old boys network, whatever the fuck. And personally, fuck Fort Hood. They call it the great place. It's not a great place. No. And then even like at Fort Hood, because like they found I got to pull up here on my screen, 26 miles from the site where they found this soldier remains. You got this other Gregory Waddell Morales, private second class. His remains are found, you know what I'm saying, June 19th. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, yeah, man. Like, yeah. I mean, y'all my friends. Y'all know how I feel about Fort Hood. Five soldiers I served with got killed. On top of that, 13 total killed in one day at Fort Hood, man. So, fuck that place at all. Yeah. Then we put in the chat group, and I think I mentioned in the chat group, this ain't the first time that at Fort Hood, there's other military bases where you find this shit too, but Fort Hood for sure ain't the first time they found like some prostitution ring.
I remember that. Yeah.
Shocking. Look at my face.
They found one. They found one this year, Frank, but it was like I think 4 or 5 years ago. You got the motherfucker who's in charge of the equal opportunity sexual. He like sits on equal opportunity sexual assault. Who also got caught up in a fucking prostitution ring like 3 or 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
This dude's the person you're supposed to go to
with sexual harassment
for SHARP, which is sexual assault and sexual harassment and sexual harassment, assault, response prevention. Yeah, so him and somebody else is on this board, and this the motherfucker that got a prostitution ring going on.
That's crazy.
But also one thing about the investigation or whatnot. Yeah. So when they finally zeroed in on the final suspect, I forgot old boy's name or whatnot. They were basically going to rush his place of residency or whatever. He popped himself. because he knew what was up.
Yeah, that's what I'm
You know
about
what I'm
to bring
saying?
up too. But they also, but it was a civilian that, like, here she is. What a beauty.
That's his girl. That's his girl.
Yeah.
She aided in
Yeah, they
that
helped him out, but then like, but the one who popped himself is the one that Vanessa was told her family was the one that had sexually harassed her at work.
Right. Yeah, I read that.
So once again, man, like it's like when I was in the military, like I was the EO rep for the 1908 for a long time, and I tell jokes and it's like that. But if y'all know, I take that shit seriously, man. You got to have, like, anywhere you go, you got to have an environment, man, where you're a woman or a man, you can come forth and say, hey, man, people are fucking with me because the laws and the rules and the evidence shows the shit only escalates if you don't fucking correct it. It only escalates. If there's a motherfucker that's sexually harassing a woman or a male, or especially a woman, there's a male harassing a woman, the correlation is it's going to fucking escalate to this kind of shit if you don't correct it. It's just you can go whatever study you want to. It's just out there, dog, and there's no negative correlation. It's all positive correlations. If you don't nip this shit in the bud early, you're gonna have dead women on your hands.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all I got to say.
Yeah, I think you also mentioned that in a couple episodes back. I think the progression of the military or whatnot. I mean, maybe other branches are ahead of it. But at least in the last 10 years or in the last decade or so, you're starting to see the old guard, retired, and the old mindset kind of died down a little bit. So you're going to see a lot of the newer generation that's going to come on board. So the generation right now that's up, not necessarily uprising, but is marching and whatnot. They're the ones that are going to be leading the military in the next 20 years.
Yeah.
So it might change. It may not necessarily change right now, but in the next 15, 20 years, it might look different and it might feel different.
Yeah.
Hopefully so.
Hopefully.
Hopefully
right.
so.
That's the hope, right?
Yep. Hopefully so. Yeah. So I mean, it's good that hopefully her remains are found, and that there's justice and peace for her family.
Her remains were found, but they couldn't even use her teeth to identify her, though.
Yeah. But like I said, man. Hopefully, it's just you gotta just nip this shit in the bud, man. You got people saying, "Hey, this motherfucker acting crazy." It don't take you nothing to get up out your motherfucking chair if you're a commander, if you're a manager, if you're a principal, whatever the fuck position authority you got, to just go down there and talk to this motherfucker like, "Hey, man, what the fuck you doing?"
No.
You can't be just
before we go to the next segment, though, look at Lieutenant Colonel Bittman. Look what he had to do earlier this week. Retire, because he whistle blew, and not whistle blew, but he testified, and his career was over as soon as he said that.
Yeah.
And look at the naval commander of the ship with all the COVID.
When he blew that shit up,
the Philippines or whatever. That's what you have to risk. You have to be willing to do that.
Like you said, though, it's come away, but it's still out of the old guard. Yeah. It's still out of the we hold our cards close to our chest. You can't be putting family business out there. It's still a lot of that bullshit going on, and we gotta. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna take open minds. It's gonna take people like you, people like me, people like 10 meters who fucking serve in the military, who have an open mind to say, yeah, this shit can't stand, bro. You're not gonna sit in here. You're not gonna be a part of my team, my unit, and make. I'm sorry, I'm not saying female, but we call them female soldiers. Female soldiers in my unit feel less than. You're not gonna fucking do it, bro. You're not gonna do it.
No.
So that's what you gotta do. Anyway, I'm not about to play this whole video, but we get into the back end of it. What's her name? Anyway, some white woman hopped out of her car because she was so scared. And since she was so scared, she hopped out of her car and pulled guns on a black woman and her children. Let me see here. There we go. Boom. Let's fast forward. Here we are.
If you didn't sorry if you had something like that happen. Ignorant. Get the fuck away from me! You gonna get on my face! You better get on my face right now. Get away! Get the fuck away! Get away! Get the fuck away! Are you gonna hit? You gonna shoot me? Get the fuck away! Oh! Get away!
So, unless you've been living in a cave and you don't have the ears to know perseverance, or you just deaf, what you heard was the sound of a woman who could have easily just pulled away in her van, because she got in her van, she rolled the windows up. They could have just pulled away and drove down the street, but instead they decided we're going to hop out of our minivan, and the sound you heard was a weapon being locked and loaded and pointed at another civilian.
Well, they're all civilians, aren't they?
Huh?
Yeah.
Everybody's a civilian there.
Everybody's a civilian here.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's a civilian here. Yeah. I don't know. I won't speak for everyone, but as a man who has had weapons pointed at him, the sound of a gun being charged and pointed at you, you're like, damn, I did my taxes today.
Right.
It gets you right. You're like, huh.
I mean, you saw on the camera. A lot of us like pull back, like, okay, hold up.
I mean, well, I got my screen up, so I can't hear y'all. I can't see y'all right now. But and we'll play a little more.
Call the cops right now. Call them. Call the cops. Get the fuck away. Call the cops. Get away. She got the gun on me. Call them now. In the car. Call them.
And actually, I don't know what this black woman been through, but she got
the motherfucker though.
she got her phone up. She got the lean back up. She is standing her ground. She like, call the cops.
If you pull it on me, you better use that motherfucker.
Hey, nigga, she is the direct ancestors of if you pull that bitch, you better let it smoke.
So this is the woman standing there with two hands on her phone, is what she said made her fear for her entire life.
Made her fear for her entire life. What she said. And never forget that we'll play the next video. I fear for my entire life, but I decided to get out of my car to fear for my entire life. She could have just pulled the fuck off.
Life. Why didn't you just drive away?
Bruh, but if
they hit the car, they hit the back of the car.
I have 4 kids, and I was so scared that I got out of my car and put my gun in front of this woman because I was just so scared. Okay.
All right, Karen.
But I will critique her stance. She is a woman that has been to a range, but don't know how to hold a weapon.
I was gonna say that. I was gonna point that out because she has the posture.
Yeah,
she got a very poor posture, and maybe that's what this black woman's picking up on. Like, bitch, you ain't never held no gun for real in your life ever.
I'm telling. Call the cops. Get the license plate.
Well, she said she just got licensed last year.
Cause you were never about to hit me with the damn car. Don't you fuck me with the car? Both of y'all put the guns on. Call Richard back up to the police. Call Richard back up here now. I got it. Don't you fucking jump behind my car.
She said call Rachel.
Jump behind your car. Don't you fucking jump. Mom, stop moving. Stop, Mom. Get the fuck back. Back the fuck up.
So, if Roger Winston fears for his life, Casey Stork here, I do not back away from the door that allows me to egress out of this very dangerous situation. She has even gotten further into danger by now backing further away from the very vehicle.
Motherfuckers trying to get that license plate. She knew what it was.
Yeah, I knew what it was, but if I'm someone like, so you're so fearful that you didn't hold a gun on people who scared you just to get back into your vehicle that you already got out of, that you could have drove out on. I don't know what's happening. Anyway, that's enough of that. That's enough of that. But hey, man, hey, it's all good. Hold on, what did she get her? Oh, she has her hair in the bun there, but she got her hair down. Hey.
Ooh, them tears about to come out.
She got her hair down.
Go to 8 minutes. Go to 8 minutes.
Oh, on this one right here.
Yeah, go straight to 8. Yeah, no, I'm not on that one. The other one.
Oh, this one's it's the shorter one. This is the 48 second one.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, she
no, this is the one where she started tearing up. So.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's probably it then. Go ahead.
Bravo. I'm gonna say bravo.
Chris Evans looks a lot like you resemble Joe Jefferson. Just saying though.
No, he doesn't. Why you saying
that picture?
Why you saying?
I'm just saying. Look at the picture of Chris Evans.
That don't look like no goddamn Joe Jefferson, man. Shut your racist ass.
You notice the audio podcast, nobody can see that but us. But okay,
right. Go ahead.
The mother very quickly was on me. The daughter was running from my left up to me, and within moments, a second or two, I had multiple people within 2 feet of me. And I remember thinking, I'm not going home tonight.
Bitch, what the fuck?
No tears.
So you felt like you had no choice at that point, but to pull the gun?
Yeah.
That was what was in your mind?
Yeah, just, I need to live. I need to survive.
You have how many kids?
I have 4.
They were not with
Man, look at it, man.
In the long form video, the interviewer asked her what she would have done differently in that situation. This bitch formed her mouth to say, I would have stayed at home and cooked.
I would have been a good MAGA wife and just been at home cooking.
Bitch, they should have slapped shit. Oh, man. All this could have been avoided, mind you, if she would just say, excuse me, when her bag bumped into the teenager at the Chipotle. All she had to do was say, excuse me.
That's it.
That's all you had to do. Diffuse the shit.
Yeah. Or even better, she didn't even have to say excuse me. Just ignore her, hop her little happy white ass in the car, and drove the fuck off.
Exactly.
Dog, she was in the minivan. She was in.
Well, the thing is, when they backed up to leave, they backed up into the mother, and so like the mother started slapping the car. Then they hopped out with the weapons. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but what I hear what you're saying, but I'm saying is if you hop out with a weapon, you gonna shoot me anyway. Nigga, just run me over. Yeah. And get the fuck out of Dodge.
Right.
I'm saying you've already made a decision. Like I'm going to
that
pull
my life
out
doesn't
a
matter.
weapon.
So shit.
Hey, in the long video, did she ever produce any tears at all that you can recall?
Man,
it's all fabricated.
No, I'm just saying.
She cried because she knows she's screwed. She ain't crying because she has contrition. She cried because, or she was actually scared. Nah, she was crying because she knows it's about to be over. So,
oh my God!
I'll save it for later on. But if only she had this old. You know what? They probably young in marriage. If her husband had been that old white man in this video, we'll probably play later on. It would never happen. He'd be like, "Bitch, get your ass in the car." Don't come the fuck on. Anyway, but you know what? Let's just keep it moving with white people, white women, I guess couples doing dumb shit. Oh shit! Hold on. Where's the sound? There we go.
County Courthouse, the city gave permission for the message to be painted there. A matter of hours later, a man and a woman show up and started painting over the letters with black paint, as you can see. The pair started arguing with activists, shouting that all lives matter, and police killings are the result of suspects resisting arrest. Witnesses say they were incensed.
Well, I was thinking, I can't believe that this is happening right in front of my face. I expected something to happen. I didn't know what it was, but when I saw this happening, I got a little bit excited, and tried to make sure to get in and film everything that happened.
Martinez police investigating activists were able to record the license plate number of the couple's truck.
So they painted over the yellow and painted it black and made it look a little better.
Yeah, to be clear, because it didn't come through the audio. So there was a Black Lives Matter mural on the street somewhere in California.
Martinez, California.
And and as soon as they finished the mural, a white couple came along with black paint and rollers and covered up the mural. So
and this was approved mural.
They didn't cover it up. They just emphasized it in bold-faced black, so now you can see it a little better.
A little better.
That's the thing that was
I
weird
had
to
to see
me.
the finished product. It looked a little sloppy.
Yeah, the L looked a little sloppy right there.
It was
The other
sloppy,
one
but
was
like instead of being like smart white people and saying we just gonna just paint black all the way down and back up, they said we're going to paint the letters black. The letters for Black Lives Matter, we're gonna paint black.
Yeah, I had to see what the looked like.
Yeah, this is why you gotta have a game plan. This is why if you're gonna be racist, you gotta have a racist huddle. Get together, call the racist huddle together. Everybody get on the knee.
Right play, huh?
They got called the right play, dog, because these motherfuckers out here just playing fucking backyard football, talking about, oh, I want you to run the J hook, and then my other thing gonna run deep, and I'm gonna throw it to one of y'all. They ain't got no plan. Ain't no plan. Racist.
There's got to be a nomination for the show title, Racist Huddle.
No, you can't. You can't say the show title on the show. We already talked about
Bleep this out.
But yeah, you gotta have a racist huddle, dog. But fuck them. But the fact that like it was sloppy, but it's still like it's still blacker lives matter now.
Blacker lives matter.
Do y'all understand what y'all doing? I don't know. But I don't know. I just hope they show up when the Blue Lives Matter mural gets painted. I hope they show up too. I doubt it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, exactly.
With black paint.
Well, no. As I pointed out in the Facebook post, that I don't think they're racist. They just like primary colors.
Yeah. They like they Redskins.
Blue Lives
Matter.
That's
Blue
it.
Lives Matter.
Yeah, it's like primary colors, dog. It's nothing about black. It's just black's not a primary color. So there we go. Fuck them now. Anyway, moving right along. Oh, it's so much. Dog, it's like there's so many white people doing strange shit.
And this segment should be called "White People Doing Strange Shit."
This should be called World War Z, or what's the movie with
I Am Legend.
I Am Legend. The I Am Legend. So we're gonna play this, and we get it. It's an audio show, and once again, the links will be in the show notes. So white people don't like wearing masks, only if they're Klan hoods. So this lady basically was asked to wear a mask, and instead of just going home and saying "fuck eating here," she decides to do this.
Mama, this is, bro. Who missed Sunday dinner?
This woman backed up to the street.
Oh shit!
And went face first to the door, bro.
Who missed Sunday dinner? Oh Lord.
So this
And
woman
do it again.
But once again, she might be on meth. So she might be anywhere between the age of 25 or 60, because we know what meth does to white people. It's dangerous. It's a very dangerous thing. So who knows?
And the slander, though.
Who knows? Wear the mask. Just wear the mask.
So basically, she backpedaled like a not so young Deion Sanders and ran head first into the door of this restaurant because she was denied service, I'm assuming, because she wouldn't wear a mask. And
this is not meth. This is like what they thought Rodney King was on, some PCP.
PCP.
Like, nothing even phased her when she ran into that
crocodile.
Keep watching. Keep watching.
Oh Lord. Listen, Lord. You thought I Am Legend? That bitch talking. What the fuck?
So now she is
she's gonna be dead.
She is licking the glass of this
COVID test coming
public restaurant.
Ew. She nasty.
She is very nasty. She's very nasty.
She's doing the same shit. What the fuck? What?
This is very funny. We still need to go
dying. Hello? You got a Rona?
You need to go home.
So now
she's for real crazy.
Must be tipping glass because it ain't even.
She got loose crazy.
Loose crazy.
Shout out. So at first she was dipping her shoulder into the door. She decided that she said, "Fuck the new tackling rules. I'm going to lead with the crown of my head, right into the door."
Dude.
Yes.
Right back to licking.
Yo, mom, baby girl. Who the fuck is baby girl? Hello?
He just called.
Hello? Hello? Anyways.
Hey, black boy, you're racist. What? Go home.
Right,
What are you doing?
Here we go. Here we go.
She's drunk as fuck, man. She gotta be.
Right by now,
With your stupid ass!
Here it is. That's did it right there.
That one hurt. That one hurt.
Hold on.
I ain't never seen no shit like this in my.
Oh shit, she getting woozy. She getting woozy. I saw them feet. They wasn't right.
That one hurt. That one hurt.
They don't even show it, dog. She was in the corner, dog.
With your stupid.
That's blood on the top of her head.
That's leaking.
Then the police came. Then the police came. That's all good.
Damn.
That's all
Yeah,
good.
she's leaking a little bit.
That's all good. It's all good, man. Like, it's not all good, but yeah.
Hey, hold on. What's that 2020? What's that 2020 sign right there on the?
Where? Oh, I don't know. That's something they got going on. It probably had like who knows, some non-Republican. So I don't know. Anyway, we'll keep it going. This beautiful white man. It's 18 seconds. Yeah, we'll play it.
Harassing you. Harassing you. You're coming close to me. You're coming close to me. Back off! Threaten me again!
Actually, man, you know what? I kind of want to know what the fuck is going on in Costco, because it's a lot of these videos popping up at Costco. Are they all built on like old
these
slaves?
Niggas refuse to wear the mask, man.
Are they built on
They really want their bulk goods, and they don't want to have to wear masks to
I
get
feel
them.
it though, but I feel like Costco's got to be either built on like old slave burial grounds or like some Native American burial grounds or something. Because these white people are going insane.
White people love bulk shopping.
And then this white man has running the world since 1776.
On his shirt, yes.
On his T-shirt.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I don't know.
With the map of the United States on it at the bottom of it.
Good news is he lost his job.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
So he ain't running shit. He ain't running his house right now.
Yeah.
He's getting the unemployment though.
So I didn't want to play it. So this is like, I guess it's in Florida. There was a man who was asked to leave a Costco. He had a mask on, and they were taping him. And then he just basically bucks up saying, "I feel threatened," and is like rushing the person operating the camera. Mm-hmm. God, I just one day, just please.
Hey, but hold on, no, he wasn't asked. He was asked by another customer, not the actual like customer staff, Costco staff.
Oh yeah, whoever it is. I mean, nigga, follow the rules. Yeah, but yeah, follow the rules. But then he's bucking them. He's but you know, we play the last. It's 8 seconds. There we go.
Back the fuck up! Put your fucking phone down.
So once again, he's telling them to back the fuck up as he's rushing them.
Yeah.
That'd be very important that he's saying back the fuck up. So like,
what he really wants him to put the phone down. Same thing old girl wants. Just don't film me.
Just don't film me.
Please.
Don't
Please
film
don't film me.
Don't
film me acting like an ass.
Oh man.
Yeah. You know what though? Let's wash our palates. I don't know who that nigga is up front, but he giving it up. I don't know why that
This feels like against the race.
I'm so disgusted by all of this.
Well, the funny thing to me,
they ruined Elton John's song, man.
Hey man, y'all better play shit at my funeral, dog. Fuck that. She called her Becky.
Nigga called her Becky. She said Becky died.
She called her Becky. I heard it. I heard that shit.
I heard
Becky with the good hair.
Hold.
I think it was in the closed caption as
well.
The funny shit about that was the caption came with it. It said, black people said, just be an ally. White people said, say no more. I got you.
Hold on, dog.
We all have sorrow, but
they doing that lean on me, nigga.
The Navy, man.
Huh? That's her. That's Miss Pineapple. Hey, dog. I don't know what. I've never had unseasoned chicken, but I know what it looked like and what it sounds like.
Unseasoned chicken, potato salad with
potatoes with raisins
in it, ball of mayonnaise.
A ball of
She put her heart and soul into that, man. She.
Oh shit, that is.
I mean, they can sing.
She
They
went
just don't
in.
need to be singing this.
To be fair, they were singing to a no crowd. To be fair,
I don't give
and
a fuck.
It's hard to have
Ain't nothing to say
enthusiasm
about that. There was not a black soul in the choir.
No, that's true. That's true.
Fuck that.
And because at least they would have tapped them on the shoulder and say, "Hey, don't do that."
Because wasn't this part of like the celebration in DC or something?
They need Matthew Broderick.
I don't know what's happening, bro.
They need.
Who decided? Let's get the whitest of white choirs, but let's have one, maybe somebody from Samoa or something, and put her up there, and then it's gonna be okay.
Because you could order the military to do whatever you want them to do.
And then hold on, all these white people getting drowned out by their white ass uniform too.
Oh my God! They got the most Karen of Karens to come up, nigga. This is Karen, nigga.
That's the manager caller. Oh shit!
What is she saying?
Just the fear of a child.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, because of a cold.
Nigga, I'm done. I can't do it.
No soul, no nothing.
With a KC and JoJo, nigga. With a who, yeah.
These are military personnel. Come on, there is no soul in us.
Nigga, dog. Come on, bro.
It's so a long time ago. That you saying?
Oh shit!
What is this?
What is this? In uniform.
She is full Karen, nigga. She is full Karen with this.
That is the Karen haircut.
Nigga, that is the official.
Nigga, fuck that shit. She got all the soul. She said, who, yeah, nigga.
Nigga, if the Redskins don't change their name, this is definitely gonna be their new mascot, nigga. This fucking haircut right here, nigga. This is gonna be.
She's about to retire. She just said, like, fuck it, bro. I give up. So
shit.
Look at those elbows, dog. Look at the wrinkles on the elbow, bro.
Oh, look at
she's about to retire.
Yeah, fucking varicose veins and shit.
Hold on, dog. Hold on. Why does the crease in her arm, her shirt, match the crease in her arm, nigga?
Yeah. It gotta be lined up.
Hold on, dog.
Ain't no shit in the Navy.
Line it up.
Yeah, it lines up, dog. Look at it. It does. It lines up.
Hold on. What is happening, bro?
She's so happy with herself.
I didn't see that. Oh. Hold on. They brought the pineapple lady back. They brought Miss Pineapple back to
Pineapple.
Hey, but why does she look like the stereotypical pineapple though? For real, in the Navy though.
Yeah, why did you say that?
Yeah,
Come on,
I'm backing
dog.
off of that. I was having fun with Karen. Y'all went
That's supposed to be the safe word, nigga. Pineapple. That's supposed to be the safe word. Nigga. Y'all violating the safe word, man.
You can't tell me they ain't about to scissor the fuck out of each other after this. They get singing. I'm sorry. There's about to be so much scissoring happening.
Look at the one in the flute.
Karen, that's the clarinet, nigga. Karen,
I know he did fuck that up.
Karen, hair about to look like her hair, nigga.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I don't know what we're doing, dog. But hey, Navy, don't do
pineapple and cucumber.
Don't. Ooh. Some people think cucumbers taste better pickled, huh?
Oh.
Anyway, come on. I think it don't get no better. Oh man. Oh, hold on, there's one nigga right there. There go James, right there.
Right in the corner. He's right there in the back.
Right there.
Who's he playing?
Where's Waldo?
That nigga ain't playing nothing.
Probably. He's in the back.
Nothing.
He probably, you know what?
Was a triangle? He playing the triangle?
Hold on, dog. He probably was busting tables at this little restaurant right here. He just wanted a seat, nigga. He just sat down because it's hot and these niggas in the way and the bus ain't coming. He just had a seat. He don't give a fuck about none of this. Oh shit. Okay.
They rehearsed this too.
That's for later. Hold on. We get to the end here. You know what? Okay, well fuck it. We just talked about the Navy. Hey y'all. Hey.
Oh no.
Y'all got some money?
Yeah.
For what?
An entire fleet of abandoned duck tour boats is now going to auction, my niggas. Let's make it happen, dog. I'm talking about Triple B podcast on the road, my nigga. What's up?
Yeah,
let's go.
Of the Triple B podcast.
Matter of fact, we can put
ride the duck.
Right here. We can put a picture of the one old black man that died at sea. Right there. Right there. Woo.
Bloop, bloop, bloop.
And we need to start doing tours, man.
We got to do it, bro.
We got toured.
Hold on, dog. Let me tell you about the prestige of these motherfuckers. The selection of boats include models from Jeep, Kaiser, Studebaker, American General, and GMC. They were originally used for military purposes and are said to be similar to the amphibious vehicles that landed on the beaches of Normandy during D-Day invasion.
Yes, indeed.
Let's go. Go.
That sounds like a great idea. We should get one of them.
I don't think so.
Start up the GoFundMe for the duck boat.
GoFundMe page.
The auction is, hold on, bro. The auction is live now and will run through Wednesday, July 8th. God damn it, we missed the opportunity.
And look, and when we not touring in that motherfucker, we can make money going out on Lake Jacoma or something.
And risking our lives.
Who's driving?
Hold on, dog. Let me put this caveat in here before we get to, while the rigs are still capable of hitting the water and not floating, a better idea would be just to buy one and have the ultimate conversation piece at your local Cars and Coffee. Just be careful taking them on the roads, too, as these trucks have the same level of safety as an open-air wagon, nigga. The fucking Oregon Trail, dog. We gonna be driving motorized versions of the Oregon Trail. Somebody getting dysentery, dog.
Why is it all these duck boats are on sale?
Because they're not usable.
Niggas died a horrible death.
I guess I asked a question I already knew the answer to.
Hold on, dog. How you gonna buy a car and the motherfucker say this is comparable to you fucking riding around I-35 in an open air wagon?
Yeah, nigga. They're not good for driving or floating.
Floating.
But they're a hell of a conversation piece.
They are calling dick boats, nigga, or something, not duck boats, because these motherfuckers do not work.
If you trying to lose like 9 members of your family,
right? Exactly.
Somebody it's gonna be like Lady Lavender has dysentery. Like, goddamn. we just trying to get to the next venue. What the fuck's happening?
How do you feel if you were the defending lawyer for this right now after reading that statement?
Horrible. Would you like to cross the Snake River with a guide? Nigga,
because you know that lawyer was like, he read the description. I was like, fuck.
Hey, I hear what you're saying. All I hear is that 30 psi killed a bear, but we only can carry back 10 pounds of meat. That's all I know, nigga. I just remember all the bullshit rules from Oregon Trail. As soon as I heard open air wagon, nigga, like, hold on, I killed a whole bear, but all we got is 10 pounds of meat?
10 pounds of meat.
That's it. What the fuck was the reason?
We can float that motherfucker down the Snake River.
Oh shit!
If it doesn't fill the water on us.
Oh shit! Where we at?
Hey, when we gonna check out that other one? We look at these Karens. We're gonna look at that Karen video in the restaurant.
Oh, I thought hold on. God, I did pull it up.
Break bread with your brothers whenever possible.